Hey guys, Johnny Crimson 2000 here, and welcome to my new Let's Play. Today I'm going to be starting off a live Let's Play of Batman Begins for the Nintendo GameCube. This game was also released for the PlayStation 2 and the original Xbox back in 2005. And as you can probably already tell, this game was released as a tie-in to the Batman Begins movie that restarted the Batman film trilogy, the one with Christopher Nolan as director, and I think he's the director, and oh god, what's his name? Oh my god, the guy as Batman. Oh, I just forgot his name. It's so embarrassing. But anyway, this is actually a very, very good game. I know that a lot of people might have overlooked this one, especially because it was a movie tie-in game, and because, let's face it, back in these days, Batman games weren't all that hot as they are now with the Arkham games. But anyway, let's go ahead and press start. As you guys can see here, the mood is very, very dark. And I also, some of you may not know, but I gave a special video asking people to choose which outfit they wanted me to use for this Let's Play. And there are 4 outfits here. You have the Batman Begins outfit, you have the Dark Knight, you have the world's greatest detective, and then you have the Cape Crusader. The main difference between these two is that the logo on the Cape Crusader is the classic, almost Tim Burton yellow and black, and the colors are on the world's greatest detective are a little bit more darker, I guess. But based on you guys' voting, we are going to do this game as the Dark Knight. So let's go ahead and choose him, and we're going to start a new game on normal. So this game I actually really liked. We're going to do Batman C there, a new file here specifically for this Let's Play. And we're going to, every now and then, we're going to cut through these scenes here. Scenes taken straight from the game. They're good quality, though the sound for some reason is a bit meh. Like, it's the sound in the movies for some reason just aren't that great. They're a little too loud. You can tell that the sound quality just isn't that great. I'm not a stickler for these sort of things, but even I could tell that the sound quality at least in the movies that play just aren't that great for some reason. But anyway, since this is a live Let's Play, guys, I'm going to try to cut these play this for a single part. I'm going to try to stick to about a 25-minute time limit, like less than 25 minutes. I don't have a timer with me. All I have is the timer on Audacity, which is the way that I'm recording my commentary right now. But it's going to be the same thing as my Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball Let's Play, where I try to play for about 20-25 minutes, depending on the missions. But some parts may be longer than others, but we'll see how it plays out. And there we go. There is the Dark Knight. And now we are getting to play the game proper. And to punch, you press the B button. Press B now. To kick, press Y. Press Y now. Boosh. And then to finish off the opponent, boosh, you press the X button, which is your finishing move, which is like a series of really, really cool. Let's see if we can do this, a new one. Boosh. Nope, it was the same one. Oh well. And we have one more who's over here, but we're going to interrogate him. We're going to finish him off. Kaka! Now, one thing about this game that you guys will realize very, very quickly is that this game does not hide the fact that Batman is not a superhero in the traditional sense. He doesn't have like invulnerability. He doesn't have super strength. He doesn't have special powers per se. He's basically just the same way that Captain America is, except to a lower degree, in that he's still a regular human being, just with enhanced like athleticism and stuff like that. Oops. Jump over that. So most of the time, you're not going to be able to fight against opponents with weapons, with guns and stuff like that. So you're going to have to find a different way of sort of handling that situation. And in doing so, okay, there's nothing there. And this game has sort of like a system of fear, which is very, very unique. This is cool. Watch this. This is awesome. That's awesome. I always like that. So in this game, you can't really get hit a whole lot. In that, what I mean by that is that press start to view the data screen. Yes, we've already seen the data screen. Actually, let me see this data screen. There it is. It just tells you some notes and the controls and stuff like that. So in this game, you can't really use, you can't get hit a lot, especially with guns. If you get hit with guns, you might as well just give up right now because you just lost. Batman cannot take that many gunshots, if any, really. He'll die automatically. And here we have a crazy person.
Hell yeah. Crane's got the poor bastard gassed out of his mind. Tear our lungs out if we took him off that chain. I say let him burn.
It's kind of strange to see, oh my god, what the hell is his name? I'm trying to think of the actor who played as Batman. It's just like, how... Christian Bale. It's kind of strange to see Christian Bale wear the oh god damn it. You know what? Oh, what the... There we go. Ow. You know what? Move. The combat is admittedly the weakest part of this game. It's not the best. Let's see if we can finish this guy up. Push, push. It's not the best. It's a little clunky, as you guys can probably already tell. The animation is a little bit clunky, especially the animation for climbing ladders is especially clunky. But here is a pretty cool part here. Very cinematic. I do like the visuals here. As you guys see there, he looks a little strange when he's climbing. Watch this, watch this. We're just going to stand there. And boosh! That's awesome. Like I said, this game is actually pretty good. I know a lot of people may have kind of not cared for it because, again, it is a movie tie-in, but it's actually pretty good. It's not nowhere near the levels of Arkham Asylum or anything like that, the Arkham games, obviously, but it's still pretty cool for what it does do. I really like it. I've actually played through this multiple times, as you guys have already noticed. I have multiple playing files here, and as you guys can see there, the Scarecrow is right over there. He's actually talking right now, but unfortunately, because this is a live, normally if this was like a post commentary, I would have edited it so you guys can hear it, but this is live, so we're just gonna play right through. I'll tell you guys, he doesn't really say all that important stuff. Jonathan Crane there, Scarecrow. His crazy peeps. I don't know why they don't come after him, but maybe they just dislike bats. Batman can perform special attacks during combat. They will appear on X in the top right of the screen when available. Press A to resume the. And that those are just like the. Oh god damn it! You know what? Okay, I just. All right, that was kind of. that was anticlimactic. Those are the final attacks that I did just there. And this is a cool cinematic here. Koosh in your face, son. We got smoked. It's not good. And this is actually a pretty cool scene right here that we're gonna be playing as. The camera here is all wonky. It's all dizzy and stuff like that, and everything's in slow-mo, very cinematic. Like I said, this game is very, very cinematic, and suddenly we're on fire. And we're just trying to chase after Jonathan Crane here, the Scarecrow. Like I said, man, this game is actually pretty good. I don't know why people may have overlooked this, but this actually was part of my Hidden Gaming Gems series where I reviewed it and I talked about some of the reasons why it might have gotten overlooked. But if you ever get the chance to get this game, I would definitely encourage you to. Now, one thing that I haven't talked about is how I unlocked the hidden bonus costumes. You don't actually unlock them. They're not unlocked at the beginning. You actually have to beat the game first, and all three of those extra costumes are unlocked. So you do have to play through the game at least once in order to unlock the game. Fortunately, I like this game, so I have no problem in doing that. And here we're going to be seeing a section here where we actually go back in the past to when Bruce Wayne was getting trained under Ra's al Ghul. Now, one thing that I kind of don't like and like at the same time, it really depends on your preference, really, is that this game is based very heavily on the movie. What I mean by that is that you always have some games that are based off of superhero movies, but they take some liberties in order to kind of extend the the game, I guess, either by adding extra chapters that you don't see in the movie. For example, this part right here is an extra chapter you don't really get to see in the movie. His training, Batman's training. I can't really recall that they went into this much detail as far as his training was concerned, at least not in the movie. But certain games, they'll add certain little story elements here and there. They'll add extra villains, especially to kind of extend the life of the game that you're playing with the superheroes. So they'll add some villains that weren't in the movie, but that were in the comics that the superhero is based off of. In this game, it's not really that's really not the case. Your only villains in this game are Ra's al Ghul and the Scarecrow, which can be, it can be rather disappointing, especially if you've played through other superhero games. Spider-Man 2, the movie game, had, obviously the main villain in that game was Dr. Octopus, but you also had Mysterio, you had Rhino, you had the Shocker. So it can be, it just depends on what you're looking for. But anyway, this is essentially working as a tutorial here. We're not really playing as Batman, we're playing as Bruce Wayne, which I always wondered why they didn't make this an unlockable costume. The graphic was already there. So I always wondered why it wasn't available. So anyway, here we are getting onto the stealth part. Enemies with guns will appear in the red on your radar. Enemies without guns will appear as green. And as I said before, Bruce Wayne / Batman cannot take many shots with gunfire. He will die very, very fast. So what you have to do is you have to find the guy with the gun, and you have to stealth kill him. The other way that you will be able to get rid of the guns or get by enemies with guns is if you frighten them enough to where they will drop their guns, which is a section that we will get to in a little bit. But anyway, when you press down, or I guess it depends on the controller. I'm playing the GameCube version, but when I press down on the D-pad here, I get into stealth mode, which is essentially doing this. When you're in this mode, you guys may have noticed in the radar that it's essentially like Metal Gear Solid. It's a simplified Metal Gear sort of engine here. You guys will see on the radar there, if I walk around, there's a circle around me. That basically means that I'm making noise. That means that I can be detected. If I go into stealth mode and I walk around, you don't get that. So enemies can hear you, and if they do hear you, they will come after you. But let's keep going. There's Ra's al Ghul, and oh my god.
Come to this place if you were seeking out the easiest path. This way is barred.
So we can't get through this this door, so we have to find another way to get around. And oh, look at that. Just so happens chandeliers come straight from the ground, or straight from the ceiling there. That is very convenient. Moving Bruce Wayne / Batman is pretty fun. I will say that. He's pretty agile. He can do a double jump and things like that, so we'll be using that right here. Double jump, whoosh, double jump, and land right there. The good thing is that when you double jump, you automatically land, I think you automatically land in stealth mode. I want to say you do. Like right there, he's doing his little animation there. Like, okay, I don't think you can, but that's one thing to keep in mind, is that when you do land from a jump, you do make noise. So, alright, so let's keep going. So as you guys can see there at the bottom left, we're making noise, so that's one thing that I would need to pay attention to later on in the game when I'm trying to be stealthy.
A man alone may surround and confuse his enemies.
And those are shurikens. We need those shurikens,
Take them, and I will train you in their use.
as Ra's al Ghul is telling us. But oh my god, fire!
Shuriken wait on the far side of those
Alright, so now we have to find a different way to get around that. So we have a ladder here, so let's go on the ladder. Let's look around. Walk carefully over the ledge until you reach the... Alright, so we can go over here. The bad thing here is that the camera's a little bit wonky, so I'm trying to... Alright, so let's go here. And the good thing is that you automatically go on these beams, so you don't have to balance all crazy like. It's nothing like God of War. The game pretty much does most of the work for you, not like God of War where you have to actually balance and stuff like that, which can be kind of annoying sometimes. So let's go ahead and take the shurikens, and now we have a weapon.
Always mind your surroundings, Wayne.
We almost got impaled there. That's not good.
Look around your environment for opportunities, Wayne.
Alright, so we have press right on the D-pad to move between targets. So we have 2 targets here, one right there, and then one right there. Alright, so now we are getting introduced to our gadgets.
Use the shuriken to create a path.
Right now we have shurikens, but as you can probably tell, those shurikens will turn into batarangs. And in order to use our weapons, we press the Z button. So, kaka! And now we get to use this. Let's just jump on this ladder. That's one of the things about this game is that you don't get to use, like, the gadgets in your arsenal here are very situational. You don't always get to use batarangs. So for example, you don't get to use your batarangs in order to, let's say, stun an opponent. You can only use them to do kind of interactive things like this. Alright, so we need a password here.
Can't enter there
So we can't enter until we get the password, which we'll get into the next section here. Which is where we get to learn how to interrogate and how to scare the weapons off of an opponent. Okay, so let's go over here. And as you guys can see right there on the bottom left, we are reintroduced once again to the radar and the noise. So in this instance, we really do have to be very quiet.
Don't make your presence known until you've become a wraith.
And as Raj Al Ghul is telling us right there, we kind of we can't let our presence be known, otherwise we're going to be captured and stuff like that. So it is very imperative that we go into stealth mode here, so that we don't get caught. We don't get, as you guys see there at the bottom left, there is somebody with a gun. So as long as he's there, we can't really attack. I mean, we can try, but it's kind of like a death wish. You can attack enemies with weapons, but it's, like I said, it's a death wish. Press A to jump and grab to the... Okay, we've already done that. And there are the enemies right there.
There is a violence to him. All the more reason.
Alright, so we don't want to drop. Not just yet, anyway. And you guys see at the top left there, that is the heart monitor of the enemies that you come in contact with, which will come into use in a little bit. So all we have to do is scare the ninjas by hitting the support cable, which will drop the cage onto them. Alright, so we get close enough, we use our shuriken and kaka! Which will scare the ninjas and causes, for some reason, the one with the gun to drop his weapon. So now we can actually just go down there and start beating them up. So let's go ahead and do that. The main thing here is when you're facing off against opponents is that you have to somehow drop their weapons. Ow. And every once in a while you'll get one ninja or one enemy that will be stubborn and will have like a defensive move, whereupon you'll get this message that says do a defense, like a defensive attack, which will break the defense of whoever it is that you're attacking. It's really annoying, kind of, because it really just stalls the action. You have to do it until you do that defense attack, so you break through the defense. But until then, you can't attack them. And right now we've been interrogating to get the final password, so we got what we needed, so we can just finish them off. Using the environment to scare enemies will increase your reputation. The larger your reputation, the more fear you will create, which will actually get really, really cool once we're Batman, because then we will come on, there we go. Because when your reputation is high enough, you will actually scare the people long enough to where they'll actually start hallucinating, and they'll think that you're an actual giant Batman, pun intended. So let's go ahead and ring the bell here. We know the password,
Looking glass.
which is looking glass, and now we are in. And now we only have one more thing to do, I believe.
Welcome.
So if we talk to this guy here, he'll tell us
What is this? I guard the explosives.
that they are explosives,
Ready for your
I think, that are going to Gotham City, which, hint, hint, that'll be a hint for things to come in a little bit. But we're going to do this one last thing, guys, and then we'll call it a day.
Lower the prisoner in his cage.
Alright, so we have to lower the prisoner. So let's go he used his crane. I don't know how he pulled that crane. I guess it was with his mind, but let's go ahead and
Now, come here.
talk to Raj Al Ghul here. Yes? Okay.
We have purged your fear. You are ready to lead.
Seriously though, I'm wondering why this outfit wasn't available as an unlockable. It looks pretty cool. I would wear it.
Commitment to justice.
Bruce Wayne as a ninja.
Murderer
Seems pretty cool.
He cannot be allowed to live.
No.
So now they're telling us that in order to complete our training here, we have to kill this random innocent guy in a cage. And Bruce Wayne's like, nah, bruh, I can't do that. So he's like, haters gonna hate, and now he's gonna cause some damage here in a minute.
That city has become a festering wound of suffering and injustice.
I do like his little hairstyle here.
And must be
It looks like the hairstyle that I used to rock back in the day.
Wayne, what are you doing?
What needs to be done?
And YOLO! You know, it just so happens to be highly explosive barrels there, right next to the highest ranking man in the entire organization. You know. Alright, so now we just need to see, like right there, the defense attack, like we can't finish this guy off until we break his defense. So it's kind of annoying in that sense. Now we just need to finish this guy off. And kush, like a boss. Alright, so now we just need to talk to this, or I didn't even know that this guy was still here. So we need to get this guy down. There we go. We freed him.
This way out.
And now we just need to get our ass out of here.
Quickly. You can escape.
That was a wicked slide, man. Just sliding all over the place.
Path is clear. Save yourself.
Alright. And there's Raj Al Ghul. Of course, we don't know that it's actually Raj Al Ghul until much later. But if you watch the movie, which you should have already done so, I mean, it's only been almost 10 years since the original Batman Begins came out, which, God, it just makes me feel all old. It shouldn't be that much of a shock.
They were nothing but ashes now.
And once again, we will be shown random little clips like this from the movie every once in a while to progress the story. Some people may call it cheap, but I think that it's a good way to sort of progress the story along in a way that, you know, it gets the job done. So now we're going to save here, and I'm going to call it a day, guys. That is part 1 of Let's Play Batman Begins as the Dark Knight. Of course, you didn't get to see that much of the Dark Knight outfit because we were playing as what's his face, Ninja Bruce Wayne. But rest assured that we will see more of the Dark Knight outfit suit in the next part. So that's it for me, guys. This has been Johnny Crims 2000. I will see you in my next video. All right, peace out. As always, if you like this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you want to get more stuff from me. In the meantime, if you like my videos, be sure to find me on Twitter, Tumblr, Raptr, and Screwattack.com to see the other gaming related content that I upload. Info is in the description. Who knows? Maybe you'll like my stuff. Maybe. Maybe.